We've evaluated 26,000 businesses, invested in only 127. A lot of people from tier 2, tier 3 building great businesses. हम जब कॉलेज आते थे तो लोग बोलते थे तुम टाटा मनी नहीं हो तो पढ़ के नौकरी लो. That has changed. A business can fail. A product can fail. It's the founder's capability. Take advantage of this time. Build, fail, build again.
कागज के नोट की चाहत में बहुत कुछ छूट जाता है, ना जाने सबर का धागा कहाँ टूट जाता है. I think nowadays every second person is becoming an investor. Lots of startups are booming, and you know what? There's a myth like an investor used to invest in 10 to 100 companies and think like one can be a unicorn. Is this a myth or a reality? Let's discuss today. Myself Aarav Gupta, the founder of Collegepreneurs, and today let's welcome Shashank sir here. He has been into this economy from 2009, has lots of experience in investing, and he's currently a founder of 100x VC. Hello sir.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Sir, there's a distinction between a man who claims to be an investor and a man who is a true venture leader. Nowadays, we are saying that every second person is becoming an investor. From your perspective, what should be the qualities of a true investor?
So I think there's a difference between what kind of investor. An investor can be an angel investor, and an investor can be a venture capital fund, right? An angel investor is essentially an investor which is providing certain skill sets, network with capital, and anybody can be an angel investor, right? It's usually years of experience of an angel investor who then can go ahead and start a venture capital fund, right? So for instance, my partner Sanjay Mehta was an angel investor, invested in 150 plus companies.
Initially.
Correct. And after doing that for 10 years, he decided, let's set up a fund. And that's how 100x started. And all of us are, investing through 100x. So typically any investor which is under the ambit of a venture capital will be deploying capital from a fund, whereas an angel investor would be deploying capital from his personal capacity. And in that context, anybody can be an angel investor, so can you, if you decide to put money in a company. And that's very different from being a venture capital fund.
Okay. Sir, as in common, investors used to allocate his capital to 10 to 100 companies in the hope that one might can be a unicorn and it will gonna recover all the losses of rest of the 99 companies. So, sir, what are your views on this approach?
This is the approach for venture capital, right? You invest and you believe that certain amount of capital can be invested in, let's say, 10 companies, right? With the hope that only one or two will become unicorn, and some of them might not be able to make it. Some of them will give you benefit. But the business of investing is that you provide capital to a few set of companies, whether it's 10, whether it's 20, and the mathematical rule is that only one or two will reach that level. Right.
And sir, what are the mistakes if we will gonna specifically invest in some of the companies which is having great TAM or which is making unique product? I think so.
See, you need to understand venture capital funds only invest in companies which are high scale and high growth, right? If till the time there is not enough TAM or not large enough market, VCs will not invest because their return comes after 5 to 7 years.
Okay.
Correct. And if they are not able to recover that money to an extent of 50x, 70x kind of a return, right? Then there's no point in getting inside venture capital, right? So if you're building for a very small market, venture capital will not be interested. If you're building a product which is easily replicable or can be easily copied, or there is no inherent moat, venture capital will not invest.
So can we discuss a type of memorable pitch you had encountered till now in your career?
One of our recent investments is a company called Up Coffee, which is providing great coffee at genuine prices. So you can get coffee at 75 rupees. And I think when he pitched, the founder comes from Bihar, and he studied, if I'm not mistaken, IIT Dhanbad, passed up from there, worked all the way up the ladder, and then he went to, I think, Europe to complete his masters, came back, set up, and he's a very, very dynamic individual. And when he came and pitched to us, and really impressed us, his passion for building the business, he now is operating out of 10 coffee stores, which he's running, 9 in Bombay, 1 in DLF Delhi, and that one pitch stood out for me.
Yeah.
Every 10 in companies we invest in, I think at least 1 or 2 stand out for us.
Exactly. So the background matters. The founder's background is matter.
Of course, the founder's pedigree and founder's ability is the most important.
Sir, as we know, Ashini Grover sir said that he'll be much more interested in investing a founder if its idea is not like suits that much of condition. Sir, from your perspective, if a founder's idea is not suits to the condition, so what fundamental qualities a founder should have?
If you go to our website, and we've written our investment thesis, and the investment thesis are very clear. The first and foremost thing we evaluate is founders and founders' backgrounds.
Okay.
Second is total addressable opportunity. Third is business model. Fourth is their ability to build out a moat. And fifth is the business model and our ability to take an exit. The first one is founder's pedigree, right? So, a business can fail, a product can fail, a product can be something else. It's the founder's capability to kind of take it through. I'll give you an example of a company we invested in, Class 01.
Sure.
A great guy, IIT Kanpur, and we were very confident that he'd build out a great business. He built out a catering app for large corporates, and this is pre-COVID.
Okay.
We were very confident it will go ahead and scale, and then unfortunately COVID happened. So COVID could not give him access to corporates because corporates were shut, and we had, in so many words, written off the company, assumed that this is gone. The founder came back from the underground and came and pivoted the model, and now he's been funded by YC. He's doing a different business under the same company. He's pivoted basically, and he is gone ahead and raised at least 2 follow-on funding rounds, and he's scaling. So it is always the founders. आप एक point of life में उस जगह पहुंचोगे जहाँ पे your inner strength is the only thing which can take you up. Right? And if you have that going, then anything can be built for any market.
Sir, in this case, I think most of the viewers who are watching are early age founders only.
Sure.
So for all, I want to say like जो sir ने कहा है उसको जरूर follow करें and go and subscribe the channel. Sir, my next question is like I want you to as we all know, idea and product matter. But if in case the founder is pitching you his pitch, his product, his ability to showcase his interest, so उनका ratio कैसे maintain होता है?
So again, we've evaluated 26,000 businesses over the last 4 years, invested in only 127. That does not mean that the 26,000 which the balance or the 26,000 were bad businesses. They weren't. They weren't just ready, right? So 100x में हमने क्या किया है? We started a 100x Gurukul initiative, which is non-for-profit initiative for founders who can learn to pitch, who can learn to devise their pitch deck, and then apply to VCs, right? And we do this on regular basis. It's called the Gurukul initiative, and your viewers can have a look at the website and apply for it. And also on top of that, we have a initiative called Founders Dating. Founders usually come together and they we try and match single founders together, right? So, and our fund level, we understand that early stage founders could be aspirational, might not be ready. कहीं ना कहीं gap होगा.
Exactly.
And it cannot only be filled by funding. It needs to be filled one level पहले कि आप ये 4 चीजें करिए या 5 चीजें करिए तो आप फंडिंग के काबिल बन पाओगे. तो lot of people from tier 2, tier 3 building great businesses, but might not be able to communicate. So, but does that mean they have bad ideas? Not necessarily, right? So we try and see how we can fill in those gaps much before we start evaluating them. And that is done through founders dating, through Gurukul. And this is our attempt to kind of give back.
As sir, we know creators economy is sustainably growing. So in that, community retention is being tougher to manage. Sir, what are your views as how can we sustain a loyal community around us?
I think the only way to maintain loyal community is by giving them the most relevant content.
Okay.
उनका need का content अगर उनको मिले, then people will keep coming back for that, right? Whether it's spirituality, whether it's product development, whether it's building a business, whether it's teaching, whether it's learning code, whatever that creator or that platform is offering, it should be able to perceive the need of the customer. कि customer को क्या चाहिए, क्या requirement है, and this means the creator has to keep working on him or herself. Agar they have to keep doing new things, they have to keep coming up with relevant content, and that's the only way
You're
to
talking
remain.
about product market fit.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one way of saying it, that creator needs to find his product market fit, which means keep iterating their product or whatever they're trying to talk about, right? So, and you have to keep gauging because it's a very digitally active economy we stay in, times we live in, and customer loyalty is only described by the relevancy of your content. अगर आपका content में दम है और वो resonate कर रहा है customer के साथ, then the customer is loyal.
Sir, lastly, I want to ask your experience, as you have so much experience in these fields. So, what are your last lines you can say to my viewers?
Sure. So, I mean, if your audience is early stage founders from tier 1, tier 2,
exactly.
tier 3.
Sir, mostly college students, those who are interested.
So, हम जब college जाते थे, and I passed out in 2003, times are very different. तब ये platforms नहीं थे, इतने VCs नहीं थे, इतनी startups नहीं थी. अगर उस समय पे आप startup start करना चाहते थे, तो लोग बोलते थे तुम टाटा मनी नहीं हो, तो पढ़ के नौकरी ले लो, right? That has changed. Today your parents are comfortable with you starting and attempting to build something and failing and कोई बात नहीं, दोबारा करो.
सीख रहा है.
Right? That culture has changed a lot. So for the audience, this is the best time to be in. Take advantage of this situation. Take advantage of this time. Build, fail, build again. Because we are now in a time where we are learning to experiment. And times have changed and we are encouraging entrepreneurship. And when you have encouragement for entrepreneurship, this means you need to build.
Exactly.
So build as much as you can. And 2023 is a great year, and I think the next 10 years for India is a fantastic time. And I think, and I fundamentally believe that there are going to be more unicorns coming out of India.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. आपके time मिला आपके schedule में बहुत अच्छा लगा.
Thank you for having me.